up. So welcome to tonight's part 2, actually, of our, it's a combination between our mindset core and, of course, our Deposit for Dubai campaign that we're currently on, guys. And tonight we're going to talk about habits, actually. And one of the things I want to encourage you guys to do is to really analyze your habits, have a look at the atomic habits that you currently have, all right, and really begin to make decisions on those habits going forward. Now, one of the things I really want us to talk about, all right, we started it already. We had a bit of banter, but let's start with embodying who it is that we want to be, all right? Do you look like a chairman? When we talk about chairman, we're talking success. We're talking about that minimum 10,000 a mark, okay? We're talking about freedom. We're talking about the success that you desire. Do you look like the person that has achieved that success? Are you showing up every single time? Do you look like money? Do you look like success? Do you look confident? And we spoke about forming habits. One of the habits we're going to form is to present ourselves in every time, whether it be Zoom, whether it be at the school run, whether it be wherever, but build a habit of looking your best. Build a habit of, you know, putting your best foot forward. Someone say best in the chat. Build that as a habit. Have you fallen into an old habit of just throwing on that hoodie jumper or just grabbing whatever outfit you have? Because I tell you this, guys, how you look is actually a byproduct of your habits, of maybe what you feel about yourself, of your habits, of your planning. Sometimes, is it the way you dress because you didn't plan what you was going to wear, so you just grabbed what it was that you did? Okay, your habits are going to form who it is that you are, right? It's important to create habits. It's important to have the right habits because your habits are they are the seeds that are catalysts for the success that you desire. Right? And so let's start with the way that we dress, the way we present ourselves. You know, first impressions count. Impressions. What do people think about you? I'll see that person on the Zoom all the time. What do they, are you remembered? Are you somebody that's remembered? Do you actively participate? How about this? A habit that you say to yourself, I'm going to start participating. I'm not just going to be a coaster, but people are going to see my name type in the chat. People are going to see my face on the call. I'm going to be a participator as opposed to a spectator. Now, this has to become a habit, ladies and gents. We must make these things habits, our daily habits. Now, here's the thing. Sometimes we think, and we say this term, how many of you have heard this term before? Take massive action. We've heard that term so much. And what we do is we get caught up in the word massive, and we believe that in order to get results, in order to have success, we need to make this massive action every single day. Well, let me recorrect that, guys. It's going to be in your TNTs, tiny noticeable things. The tiny noticeable things compounded over a long term is what's going to get you massive results. It's not going to be the big things. It's going to be those small, the tiny noticeable things. Someone type in the chat TNTs. It's the TNTs. I know we've heard about taking massive action, but what if I shared a secret? If you can create some daily habits, that means you're going to be an active participator. When you show up every time. You show up on Zoom. You're going to go to events. You're going to show up to places. Put yourself in environments. You're going to make sure that when you come on Zoom, you look your best. When you speak, you put your best foot forward. These are small habits that if you can create them, guess what happens, guys? You see, let me show you this. One of the habits, how many of us want to create a habit to be more healthy? Come on, let's be honest. How many of us want to drink more water? Now, I've made a habit of drinking more water. You know, Anton has told me off many times. He's like, Nikki, you need to drink more water. Water is important. Any of us know that water is important? All right. We all know water is important, but have we created that daily habit? I was speaking to Chantel earlier and I said, here, what I'm doing, every time I'm in the car, I'm going to make sure that the only drink that's there is a bottle of water. So guess what? As I'm talking, as I'm doing what I'm doing, I'm picking up that drink and I'm drinking it without knowing. Now, I've just drank the water. Day one, guys, confessions. Okay, it's day one. Now, day one, I'm drinking the water. Now, I've drank a whole bottle today. This is a refill, right? I'm so proud of myself. Yes, girl, you don't have to celebrate me. I'm going to celebrate myself today, okay? It's the most water I've ever drank this year, and I'm celebrating. Now, I've drank the bottle today, I've refilled it just before we've come on this call. And now I'm going to go up to the mirror. I'm going to call Anton and go, look at my belly. Is it worked? Has it worked? Like, I've drank the water today, guys. Has it worked? Is my belly flat? Has the six-pack showed up? Guess what? Okay. It's not going to show up today. What's going to happen is I'm going to look in 6 months. I'm going to look in a year's time. And I'm going to be like, yo, like the results that you're after is going to be in the tiny noticeable things, the tiny habits that you've created. They don't show up the same day. They're going to be compounded of these habits. Now, in 5 years, in 3 years, you're going to go back and you're going to, oh my gosh, look, I've done it. But over time, you don't see it. And it's the same thing with your goals. It's the same thing with your business. It's the same thing with your habits. Let me tell you this. Oh, hold up. It's going to hurt someone today. Here we go. Write this down, guys. When I repeat poor errors, poor habits, even if it's just 1% a day, those small choices compound into toxic results. Oh, here we go. When I repeat poor errors, poor habits, just 1% a day, every day, those small choices compound into toxic results. So me drinking a fizzy drink today, oh yeah, that doesn't matter. I can't see anything going on. But over time, over the years, I noticed my teeth start getting a bit weaker. I noticed that the belly starts getting a bit blubby. Like I realized that what I'm experiencing is compounding of poor habits. Habits that have been compounded over time. So maybe drinking one fizzy drink after 90 days of drinking water, that's not going to hurt me. But then if I'm doing it every single day, the compounding of these poor habits. Now, guys, it doesn't just work in your health. It works in everything. Family. If you haven't spoken to a family member, you normally speak to a family member, you normally go see them every Sunday or every week, you normally pick up the phone and you haven't done it once, they're going to forgive you. But if you get into the habit of not calling them, you get into the habit of not going to see them, you get into the habit, 90 days, a year goes by and you haven't seen them, those compounded results, now you've damaged the relationship. Now they're thinking you don't care. Now it's like, okay, she don't know us anymore. What are the habits that you want to form? I want you to write into the chat box right now some of the new habits. Now, I want you to forget about the past. This is not a pity party situation. This is not for you to say, oh my God, I got really bad habits. I'm really bad with myself. This is not for you to condemn yourself. We don't deal with condemnation, but what we are going to do is we're going to address it, right? We don't want no pity party because what happens with pity, you lose the power. Right? So we don't want to do all of that, but we want to say, okay, what's the new habits that I want to create today? I want to be an active participant. Every single day, I'm going to drink more water. Every single day, I'm going to make sure that I reach out to 5 people and invite them onto a call. These are new habits that we're going to create from today. We had part 1 yesterday about what we need to shift and what we need to do and how we need to do it. And now it's about tangible things. I want you to be clear. I want you to be concise. I want you to be, you see, hold up. This is the thing, guys. Think about it. I want you to think about where you are right now and where it is that you want to be and what are the habits, what are the things you need to do that's going to get you to where you need to be? What are the habits that you need to create on a daily basis? I don't want you to talk about, these large, big, magnificent things. It's the TNTs. It's the TNTs. Mr. B, yes, Adina. Right? Have a tidy environment, make sure my room is clean, make sure my car is clean. How many of you know that, how clean or how not clean your house or your car is a reflection on your organization. It's a reflection on how organized you are. It's a reflection. And normally that reflects in your business as well. Because how you do anything is how you do everything. So how I eat my food, right? How I spend is a reflection of my bank account. So my bank account is a reflection, is a measure of my spending habits. Come with me, guys. My bank account is a measure of my spending habits, right? My weight is a measure of my eating habits. Who's with me right now? Right? Who's with me at the moment that we have to change our habits if we want to change the outcomes? Stop focusing so much on the outcome. Let's focus on the habits. What are the habits that I need? Anything I know I need to do, I will do. That's a new affirmation for me. Anything I know I need to do, I will do. I'm not thinking about the past no more. What's the daily habits that I want to create in my life every single day that I'm going to force it? I'm going to force myself to do every day because it's what I need to do, guys. Who do I need to speak to every day? Daily communication. Who are the people that you need to speak to every single day? Because it's not good enough just having some weekly check-in or a monthly check-in now. This needs to be daily. I need to speak to my creator every day. That's a habit that I'm making it a definite, non-negotiable. I must speak to my creator every day. Now, if you're a leader on this call, you want to be thinking about who your next leaders are. You want to be speaking to those individuals. So who are the P150s that you're speaking to? Who wants to go P600? My advice would be to create a group chat of all those that want to go P150. You're going to speak to them every day. Check in with their daily habits. How are you feeling today? What's going on for you today? You have a group chat. All the people that are saying they want to go P150, you put them in that group chat. All the people that say they want to go P600, you put them in that group chat. Now we're monitoring daily habits. What's your daily habits? What's the things that you're doing? How are you thinking today? It's not good enough to be speaking to people once a week. You want to have that daily touch point so you can see the daily habits, celebrating the wins, encouraging. Do you have that group with everyone running? Now, it may even only be 2 or 3 people. That's absolutely fine. It doesn't have to be flooded, but you want to have a focus. People looking at the right habits. What books are you reading? A habit is now, I'm going to read every single day. What are the things that you're going to do every single day? I'm going to read. If you say you're not a reader, 1 page. 1 page. I'm going to feed my mind every single day. Guys, I'm going to give you a book that I'm currently reading, right? It's called Atomic Habits. Atomic Habits by a gentleman called James Clear, right? Because I want to make sure that I got the right habits in this season. I want to make sure that I'm not going into a season with poor habits. I want to make sure I got good habits, guys. And the habits start with daily communication with my runners. I want to make sure I'm speaking on a daily basis to those that I know are running. Those that I know I'm bringing to chairman. Those that I know are focused in this business. Daily habits. What are the daily habits that you're going to create? Be as specific as you can. Find the chat box, guys. What are those daily habits? I'm letting you know. Drinking water every day. It has to. It has to. My health is important to me. I need to do it. I have to create these habits every day. I need to be booking appointments in my diary every day. I need to be making sure that I'm speaking to my runners every day. I need to make sure that I have accountability groups every single day. I need to make sure I'm speaking to my creator every single day. I'm showing the plan every single day. These are my habits that I'm creating. I don't want you to think about anything from the past. What are the habits that you need to create? Think about where you are. Think about where you want to go. And what are the habits that you need to create? I need to make sure that it's a habit that I dress my best. I need to make sure that I look like a chairman every single day. Some of you, I'm going to be honest, chairman ain't going to show up until you show up as a chairman. But Nikia, you know, finances are a bit tight right now. I can't go shopping. You can go into your closet and you can find something right? You can find something to put yourself together so you dress like a chairman that you say that you're going to be. Have your signature piece. What are those daily habits? Every single one of us, there are things that we can do right now to grow and to be better at some of our habits. Otherwise, we'd all be multi-billionaires already. No one is perfect at this. We're all working it together. Maybe a daily habit is to check in with people. When was the last time you spoke to granny? When was the last time you spoke to your cousin? When was the last time you actually called that new person who jumped in your business and asked them how they're feeling? When was the last time you spoke to an individual and just checked in with them as opposed to checking up on them? I'm going to talk to the leaders on the call right now, and I'm going to say this. Don't just work with the loud people. You know, we spoke about this on a previous call where I said to you that we had, you know, some good to great leaders that were hiding undercover. And we need to make sure that we're not just speaking to the loud people. Don't just focus on the people that are making the most noise, because not all the time they're the ones that are going to bring all of the results. There you have gems in people that are undercover. You have gems in people that are quietly there. Gentle giants. There's beasts sitting on this call right now that are not living out their true purpose because they haven't had that phone call to say, hey, look, I believe in you. You're giving a testimony tomorrow on the call. You've got results. It's time to step out your comfort zone. So don't just work with the loud people. I don't want to hear the same voices every single day on those calls. I want to hear different voices. How many of you on this call need to create a new habit once a week to give a testimony on the call? And guess what? The testimonies need to be done by people that look like they're winning. So that's going to be an opportunity again for you to dress up. And no one should be doing testimonies with their cameras off in the dark. So I want to encourage you now to evaluate those habits. I can't drink this water every other day and drink fizzy in between. That's going to do the opposite to what it is that I'm doing. I have to do this every single day. It becomes a habit there. Soon it's going to be a habit. Like I'm just like, oh yeah, I just want water. Yum, yum. Great. Tastes lovely. Tastes like fruit punch. God help me. But I make myself accountable. It's accountability April, guys. I'm making myself accountable. I want to grow. I can't, you see, if I'm not disciplined in all areas, I'm not disciplined in no areas. I have to be disciplined, guys. I have to be a part of the product. I'm going to be showing you guys that, listen, I'm on this journey with you. We're doing this together. But I don't want to be inconsistent in my water drinking no more. I don't want to, I keep putting it off. I'm like, after Easter, let me eat some fish and fizzy. Fish and fizzy. And then after Easter, I'm going to do it. I said, no, I'm going to do it today. I'm not going to wait. I'm not putting it off. That's the adulthood problem. I'm going to do it today. I'm not going to wait. I don't need a champagne or this. I don't want no more drink. That's it. It's either champagne. You guys know I don't drink my way. I don't drink that stuff. Anything else. I've been champagne or water, right? I'm going to commit to that. And you know me, I'm addicted to goals. I'm addicted to achieving. And so just for my own pride, I'm not going to want to drink it. I'm not going to want to drink anything else. How many of you on here is addicted to winning? I'm addicted to winning at I'm addicted to winning at everything. When I lose, I'm like, oh. So just for the fact I could want it a little bit more, but the fact that I feel like I'm losing will make me drink the water. Now, I didn't tell you what water. This is coconut water, right? We're taking this in stages. I'm just being real. But it's water. It's water. Don't watch the bottle. It's actually coconut water. We're going to take it in stages, right? It's still water. It's still going to purify. It's going to do what it needs to do. You guys are laughing, right? So what habits are you creating? Let's own it. I'm being transparent. What, nobody else want to be transparent? I have to ask myself, what are the results? I keep talking about this six-pack. I got a picture here and everything, But it's pointless having a picture if I'm not going to do something about it. I joined netball. How many of you are doing a sport right now? How many of you are going to the gym? How many of you said you were going to go to the gym? Thank you, Don. Said coconut water will help the belly. Exactly. I didn't know that, but I know that now. And thank you, right? I bought tons of it, right? Who's going to the gym? Are you said you were going to go consistently. Are you turning up? Dr. Marcy's nodding. Dr. Marcy has the best figure, guys. Like, you don't even want to play with that woman. When I was out there in West Florida, I was turning to the side to take pictures of her because she is thin. Mary just joined. Amazing. Listen, guys, I tell you, we all have these honest conversations with each other. What are habits that you're forming? Walking every day to meet new people. There you go, killing two birds with one stone there. 5 a.m. run, come on, right? I love that. I love that. What else? Walking daily for dementia. Yes, Sonia, you see, bigger purpose. Now you don't do it, you feel bad because you know that you're doing it for a cause. I love that. I trick my mind with things like that as well, right? I have to have a purpose behind things because it allows me to do it. I love that. Met 5 new people today. Amazing. Just getting outside, right? Just remember this stuff, guys, because, you know, if we really want the results, we got to look at our daily habits and we got to make sure that we stick to those habits that we want to create. Walk daily and Zumba once a week. There we go. Boom. Like my netball is something I haven't missed one other than when I was abroad. Haven't missed one at all, guys. Right? I'm committed. You got to be committed to this stuff. Daily habits is so important. It's so important to make sure that your daily habits are in alignment with your goals in all areas, right? In all areas. I'm in love with results. So that's what drives me. Even if like no one was watching and I drank some fizzy, I will feel bad in myself. Like I will be so disappointed because I want to win for me. I don't do it for the crowd. I don't do it for anybody else. That's what makes me drive. I'm addicted to winning. I love winning. So I'll feel cheated. I feel like I cheat myself. So that's enough for me, right? But you have to hold yourself accountable. You have to tell yourself that, you know, I'm going to do this habit. Now, here's the thing, guys. A lot of people are worried about doing habits because here's the thing. Oh, Nikki, but I'm not sure I can afford that. How many of you wanted to go vegan or go healthy, but healthy food costs more money and all these things that we limit our money. I'd love to do netball, but I can't pay every week. Like, let me tell you this, right? I'll tell you this. Resources follow habits. You don't have to worry about the provision. Once you create that habit, the resources will come. Don't wait for the resource before you create the habit. That was something that someone told me years ago before I got the cleaner. And you know, I decided that I needed an ironing lady. Not that I can't iron, not that I can't clean, but I decided that those things were taking up too much time for me. And so in order for me to form some habits that I wanted to form at that time, I was like, I need to make sure I've got a cleaner. I need to make sure I have an ironing lady. These things were things that I declared, I said they were going to happen. And thank God, now I have those. But here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing. And I was speaking to somebody earlier on today. I think it might have been Nakota. I'm not sure. I spoke to a lot of people today. And one of the things I said, and any Caribbeans or Africans on the call that may understand what I'm going to say, is my mum, our parents taught us to clean skirting boards every other week. Like you couldn't go out on a Saturday without doing the housework, right? You had to clean. I've never cleaned a skirting board since I moved out. Let me just put a caveat on that, right? Anyone had to do the housework? Yeah, anyone had to do housework. Anyone had the chores that you weren't getting paid for them, mind you. These were things that you had to do every week. In fact, included in that was cleaning the meat as well. We had to make sure the meat was all clean and seasoned up for the Sunday dinner. Every Saturday, there was skirting boards. We had to dust the top of the thing. We had to do everything. Like it was, someone said it was slavery. You know, at some point you start envying your parents, like, you're just getting me to do it because you don't want to do it. That's what it is. But we had these habits that we formed. Someone said sweeping the stairs. Mate, I was on my knees. I even have a Hoover. We upgraded to a Hoover in my teens, but we was on the knees cleaning skirting boards. You know, some people are like, what are the skirting boards? Skirting boards are the things at the bottom of your your wall. You know, the thick bit at the bottom of the wall, the white bit. Yeah. Polish your shoes. Who had to shine their shoes? I remember actually having what do they call it? I don't even know what it's called now. the polish. There we go. Yes, this is the polish. Come on now. We had to get the polish. You polish it, wait for it to dry, and then get the thing and then shine it afterwards. I'm like, really? You know, it's funny, the other day Anton was saying to Nikay, have you shined your you polished your shoes? What are you talking about? Mommy just buys me new ones every quarter. Nikay's looking at Anton like, you are? What are you on about? Right? We had to iron, you know, I don't know anybody whose parents used to iron the flannel and iron like the handkerchief. Like, what? We had some crazy habits. But here's the thing. Let's get serious with these habits now. What was our parents teaching us? Because here's the thing, we've taken it way out of perspective. They were teaching us discipline. How many of our parents ever took you to somebody else's house and they whisper, you know, see your dotted them houses, or their house are nasty, and they would judge the next person whose house weren't clean. You even be seeing them looking under the toilet seat like, look, I'm not clean. I'm not eating here. They're dirty. I'm not like you. There was a standard of cleanliness, right? And some cultures have other things. Some cultures have, you got to be doctor, lawyer, and you're in the books, and they do. Some cultures have this. Some cultures have, every culture has something where their parents have forced these habits on us. Rice and peas on a Sunday was a necessity. Soup, you know, I think on a Wednesday or whatever it is, and you got the Friday, fish Friday, and we had these habits that we were formed and we were taught from a very, very, very young age, right? Here's another habit that I looked into. But we used to have birthday parties every year. I used to go to my cousin's birthday parties. Anyone used to remember as a child, you used to have the little bubbles in your hair. We used to go to birthday parties, dress up in dresses. And my mum would force me to dance when the music was on. Like, I wasn't allowed to sit down as a bystander. I had to be a participant in the party and dance when in fact, we were practicing our dance moves at home using all the Panda River. We were practicing all these dance moves, right? So when we went to the party, I didn't look weird in front of my cousins when they knew the dance moves. We didn't know the dance move, butterfly, butterfly. And we were doing all these dance. 5 years old, I'd practice and learn all these dance, and we're doing all this stuff, right? But what was my mom teaching me? Did she want me to be a dancer when I was older? No. Did she want me to be a cleaner when I'm older? No. She was teaching me discipline. But here's what we've done is we've transitioned from these habits and we've taken it that, oh my gosh, I have to clean all day, right? So now we're in the laboring mindset, left-hand side of money, and we spend all our time cooking, cleaning, washing because we've missed the trick. We missed out. Our parents were teaching us discipline. They wasn't teaching us to be cleaners. Let me free somebody today. Let me go there. Can I go there? Am I allowed to go there? We have a laboring mindset. We have laboring habits. We have translated the discipline that they wanted to teach us into habits. They wasn't teaching us. My mom at the birthday parties was teaching me confidence, not to be shy. Teaching me to, how many of you, our parents forced us in church to give a testimony? Go on, you're going to read a scripture. Go read a scripture. I'm like, oh God, here we go. She was teaching me to be confident. She wasn't telling me that I'm going to be the scripture reader in church. It was the principles behind it. It was the discipline, the confidence behind it. But what we've done is we've manipulated the teachings. So now we think we got to sit in the kitchen all day. And now we're in the laboring mindset and we have the laboring habits and we pass down laboring habits. Oh no, but you weren't getting paid. They weren't teaching us to work for money. They didn't teach us to be cleaners. Otherwise, we would have got paid to do that. It was the discipline behind it. So when you grow up, you want your house to be clean. So when you grow up, you have discipline in your life. But instead, we've missed the trick, and now we become laborers. And so when you're supposed to be building your business, when you're supposed to be, hanging around your children and encourage them with their homework, you're in the kitchen cooking, you're in the kitchen cleaning, you're in the living room ironing, because you've been taught to labor because you missed the trick. No, we have to get away from the laboring. Come on now. How many of you heard the quote that, you've been laboring so much that you turn into your husband's mom? You guys heard that? Some of us, we're laboring so much. Nah, don't let me start going into slavery days, guys. Don't let me start going into this, because there's a brainwash that we need to break free from some of these habits. No, you need to understand that you deserve to have help. That's where we need to get to the point where we say, yes, it needs to be clean, but it doesn't need to be clean by me. Because whilst I'm creating the habits of being an employer, not an employee, now I'm going to hire a cleaner to come clean. Now I'm going to hire an iron lady to come to my house and start ironing, because I understand the discipline, it needs to be done, but it doesn't have to be done by me. Now, this is where we begin to change some of the habits that we've misunderstood from growing up. Now, can you guys see how we've mistranslated the lessons that we wanted to learn? Anton said to me, Nikki, you've always been confident. I said, where did it come from? It came from my mom pushing me at these birthday parties, and I was doing these dance moves unapologetically because she didn't let me be shy. I wasn't allowed to be shy. I wasn't allowed to be shy. So guess what? How you do anything is that these habits have followed me through. So now I'm confident in speaking inside a room because I've been doing it all my life. Anton said to me today, he's like, Nikki, you was on the market stall standing there going, oh, £1. I was like, yeah, how embarrassing. You're on the market, all your friends at 15 years old are walking past and you're like, free bananas, £1, who wants it? But I didn't care. You know why? Because I was making my money. I had the confidence. The confidence was instilled in me from 3 years old when I was doing the butterfly at my cousin's birthday party. Where can you trace back your habits to? I'm tracing them back to places and parts and times in my life. Where did it come from? Nikki, you've always been like that. No, my mom instilled these principles in me. She taught me to be disciplined from cleaning them skirting boards. She showed me lifestyle. I was doing those things from a very young age, but I was doing it in a different capacity. And now I'm able to nurture the gift. I'm not misinterpreting the gift that she gave me, because I'm not a laborer, guys. I'm an employer. So what are the habits? Some of you are spending more time in the kitchen. Now the men's going to be like, Nikki, what are you telling our wives not to spend time in the kitchen? I'm not telling you not to spend time in the kitchen, guys. That's not what I'm saying. The men are going to be like, Nikki, I ain't putting no one on these mindset calls no more. I'm going to turn them off. No, that's not what I'm saying. You cook for your man. Anytime I cook for Anton, I cook with love. Right? I cook with love. I'm in that kitchen. I got my nice outfit on and my apron, and I'm dancing, and I am making sure that this man is going to love this food that he's about to eat. I cook with love, but I am not going to spend 9, 10 hours a day doing domestic work. I'm not going to do it, guys. It's not my portion. I'm not a laborer. And if it means I can pay a lady, a woman that needs a work, a little old lady from wherever she's from to come, and I'm going to pay her £10 an hour. I'm going to give her £20 to clean my house and to get a little income for herself and iron them clothes. Guess what I'm going to do? Because I deserve help. Someone say I deserve help. Come on, you guys got to claim it. Now, whether you say that you can afford that help right now, right? Especially my mom's on the call. You worried about, oh, auntie can't look after the kids. Cousin can't look after the kids. Well, guess what? You want to put on your vision board, by August 2022, I'm going to afford to have a babysitter that I can pay to come and sit with the kids. I ain't waiting for no one. I'm going to employ someone so I don't have to beg no one to watch my offspring. I don't have to beg no one, right? I'm going to have hired help. I deserve higher help. So whether you can afford it now, that's not the thing. You already know, guys, that these decisions that you make are free. Don't worry about the provision. You have to make a decision and the provision will show up. Your habit, the resource will follow the habit. So we have to now get into a place where we start these habits now. How many you can afford? £10, £20, £10 an hour to get a cleaner to come to your house and just clean up for 2 hours. That frees up your time. Some of you are so uptight because you've been cleaning all day. Some of you smell like bleach. You wonder why your husband don't want to come near you because you got a bleach smell. You've been cleaning toilets all day. Listen, I'm just keeping it real. The men, I want to give you the wives a tip right now. Your man wants you to look good. He wants you to smell good. He wants to come home and say, baby, come give me a hug. Come squeeze me. He ain't going to want to squeeze you if you smell like bleach. You coming home with the rubber gloves on, baby. Come on, girl. Listen, this ain't the ladies' chat, but you guys, you need to, yes, of course I'm speaking to the married folk, Auntie Anne, just the married folk, of course, you're licensed, okay? Just the married folk. What habits are you forming? I don't want to be cold. I don't want the next woman to be giving my husband no impressions. I'm going to make sure I'm right in all areas, right and tight, right? So when he comes home, he's going to be happy to come home. When he comes in that kitchen, he's happy to come in the kitchen. When he comes to bed, you know, some men, they're downstairs watching Netflix and football all night because they don't want to go upstairs. You don't want that, ladies. You want to be, listen, if you're cooking and you're tired and you're stressed and you're ironing and cleaning all day, you ain't going to have the time. Guys, yeah, she's gone up. It's something in the water. I ain't used to drinking this coconut water, guys. Coconut water's got me off tonight. The coconut water's got me on a hot, this ain't even in my notes. I tell you, how you do anything is how you do everything. You got to form the right habits. Speak nice to your man. I don't even know why I'm going there. This relationship now. Speak, and if you're single, take notes, right? Because you can realize why you're single, how it messed up if you didn't do this. But now you can, you know, if it's a desire, you can go forward. But you got to learn habits. Speak life. Speak good words. Don't be so uptight. Tell your man you love him. In fact, when you come off the call, if you're on here and your partner's not on here in the business, come off the call, and even if they are, you call them and you tell them you love them. Tell them you can't wait for them to come home. Tell them you're excited, right? You form these habits. Where the married people on the call? Anyone married, put 111 in the chat. This call's for you, all right? And men's like, yes, Nikki, I should have put my wife on now. Now you want to put your wife on. Now you want to put her on because now it's going to be in your favor. Listen, here's the thing. Not married yet. It's coming, Kim. You manifest that thing soon. Come on now. That's what I'm talking about. You are form them habits. Form them habits right now, right? Form the habits right now of speaking life over your situation. You want to start speaking things like, yes, by the end of this year, I will be married if that's something that you desire, right? I'm going to be around the right type of people. I'm going to be around the right type of environment. We have to start speaking life. Forget the past. Stop talking about your ex. Stop talking about the one that hurt you. Stop talking about all this other stuff from the background. We don't want to hear the background no more. Background is gone. Finish. We're going to speak. We're creating new habits. New day, new habits, new rules, new life. Ain't no one want to hear about that drama. Forget about what happened. Forget about him. Forget about him. He didn't deserve you, right? He didn't deserve you. He's regretting it now, though, right? Stop recalling the old craft. Family, behave yourself. Where this cool gone? Yeah, back to the money, right? Back to the money. Your habits, the habits that you form, pave the way for your future. You're going to be intentional about those habits. What are the habits that you're going to create going forward? You want to go chairman? You want to get married? You want to have good relationships with your family? You want to be a boss? You want to build a business? Whatever you want to do in life, every single thing requires the habits, good habits, compounded habits. It's not going to be a habit you do today and you get the results today. No. Right? Anton proposed to me very quickly after 4 weeks. Right? It was, he knew, right? But it wasn't the first day. I've heard some crazy stories, people get my teeth in, proposing on the first day. I've heard that. But most of the time, it's going to be compounding of time. It's not going to be straight away. Everything that you want is compounded. Now, you get to decide if you're going to compound good habits or if you're going to compound bad habits, and you're not going to see the effects of them until 2, 3, 4 years, 5 years down the line. And you're going to look back and you're going to say, wow. How many of you have heard people that have looked back and said, I wasted so much time? How many of our great grandparents have said, I wish I did buy that house when it was 20 grand back in the days. I wish I did do this. I wish I did do that. And then you have the good news stories of other communities that say, yay, we got in because our great grandparents are rich and they told us to do it. You get to decide the habits. And one of the things I don't want you to focus on is the results, because the habits compounded 1%. The habits compounded. You're not going to see the results now. You're going to see it when you look back in a couple of years' time. So don't get caught out in looking for the results today. It's like me drinking the water now and looking for the 6-pack now. It's not going to be there. But I've got to compound this habit. I've got to make sure that when I come on the Zoom, I show you guys that, look, guys, there's no rum in it. It's just coconut water, right? I show you guys it's either this or champagne. If you see me with anything else, it's like, okay, yo, how you do anything? So now I'm telling you guys to hold me accountable. Guess what? Because I love to win and I don't like shame, I'm going to stick to it. How do you expose yourself so that you can be forced to stick to the habits that you need to do? Accountability. You reach out to your mentor, your husband, your wife, your spouse. You reach out and you let them know. Your parents, your grandparents, you know what? Thursdays is going to be our day. I'm going to make sure that I spend some time with you on a Thursday. I've neglected you for a bit. Things have gone out of the way. Children, like tomorrow for us, Easter Friday, I'm going to be in the kitchen frying some fish with love. Yes. Right? I'm going to put that time in, family time, right? But we all need to make sure that we have the right habits for the results that you want. You can't say you want certain results, but you don't do the habits that's aligned to those results. What are the type of people do? What's the habits the type of people do that you see with the results that you want? You want to go chairman? Go ahead and type in the chat. What's the habits of chairman? What do you see chairman doing? How do you see chairman dressing? Would you ever see a chairman show up to convention in jeans and trainers? Would you ever see a chairman not be visible on their social media? Would you ever see a chairman speaking negative? IPAs, calls, discipline, focus. Be more specific so I can really help you guys. Dressing, speaking to new people every single day, positive speaking, right? What else? What else do you see? Because if this is a desire, you want to duplicate the habits of those that have it. Showing the plan, praying daily, being committed to their goals. Be more specific, guys. Come on. Showing up. Are you visible? Are you visible every single day? Instagram lives, following through, helping their team, being positive, humble, being approachable, transparent. All these things, guys, you want to ask yourself when you come off this call today, what are the new habits starting from today that you are going to form in your life? I don't want none of you showing up less of than what you think of yourself. Because if you can't put yourself together, if you can't form a habit to look your best, it means you don't care. It means you can't be bothered. And if that's the case, how you do anything, you guys heard me, if you can't make your bed every single day consistently, you will not make $1 million. If you struggle to make your bed, then you will not make $1 million. The same discipline that it requires to make your bed is the same discipline it requires to be successful. Now you're going to get the cleaner to make your bed. That's a whole different story, right? I want to make my bed. I don't want no cleaner touching my bed. You ain't coming anywhere near my bed, right? I like to make my bed. It is a very lovely task, putting the pillows on, putting the nice little cushions on. I like to put a little throw over the top. I enjoy making my bed, right? I don't want no one touching my bed. That's a royal space right there. What are the daily habits? Cleaning your room, making sure your car's clean. Because I guarantee you this, If you are messy in your house, you're messy in your business. If you are unorganized at home, you're unorganized in your business. Maybe it's showing up on time, not being late. Maybe it's making sure that you treat yourself and get your hair done, your nails done. Maybe it's making calls every day. What is the things that you have to be consistent on? And I'm going to charge everyone on this call to be a participant of the wealthier world. Don't be a bystander. Participate in the conversations, participate in the chats, participate on the calls, participate in Discord, be an active participant. What do you bring to the wealthier world? Can you bring a skill set? Can you bring a quality? This is where you become outside of just yourself, but you now begin to serve. That's nothing to do with rank, by the way. That's nothing to do with how much money you have, by the way. Don't be intimidated by a P1000 or a P5000 or a chairman. You can put something to the table. You can put something forward. Have a chat with your mentors. See what you can do to provide something. It could even be as simple as starting conversations on a daily basis in the chat. It could be as simple as putting a joke. I already see much jokes in there. Knock, knock. Who's there? Coconut. Coconut who? Water that Nikki's drinking, right? Who's the joker of the pack? Who's the one who's giving fashion tips of the pack? Who's the one encouraging? I see a scripture dropping every day. Shout out to Kaya. You know, that's her input. How many of you can make an input into the wealthier world, right? I didn't profess to be the joker. It's time to level up. And we're leveling up in our habits. Someone asked for that book again. Let me give it to you. It's called Atomic Habits. All right. I'll tell you this, a habit that we all need, never to miss an event. Don't miss events. Who's coming out on the 23rd? Go ahead and put 23 in the chat if you're going to be there with Alex Morton next week, Saturday, right? Don't play. How many of you need to get a ticket for someone else? How many of you need to call a friend and make sure that your friend's building great habits? How many of you need to make sure that you're not turning up there alone? How many of you got to read daily, right? How many of you got to work out? All these habits, guys, remember that outcomes are lagging measures. I want you to write that down. The outcomes of your habits are lagging measures. That means the measures don't show up straight away, right? Outcomes are the lagging measures of successful habits, right? Outcomes are the lagging measures, okay? So whatever the outcome is, that is the measure of your habit. So if the outcome is wealth, the outcome's a billionaire, what are the measures? That billionaires had to do is form some habits to get to that outcome. Now, here's the thing. If your outcome is overweight, the lagging measure of that is poor eating habits or a lack of exercise or a combination of both. If your bank account isn't where it needs to be, the lagging measure is what? Poor spending habits. Mismanagement of expenses. How many of you are spending more than you're getting in? Stop it. Start to analyze your expenditure. Start to analyze what you're doing with your money, right? So the outcome is just the lagging measure of your behaviors, of your habits. So the homework tonight, guys, is very, very simple. I don't want you to beat yourself up. I don't want you to go into a pity party dungeon. This is not condemnation. This is today, these are the habits that I'm going to create for myself. Be specific. I want to be able to hold you accountable. I want to help you. Drop inside Discord, guys, the habits that you are going to be creating for yourself, that you're going to hold yourself accountable to every single day to get the results that you desire. All right.